Alright guys, we are back and our Carnival Chats, our final show for the season, our season finale for the Carnival season. I just want to say cheers to another season on Cup of Joe, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
This is a Moby Martini.
Alright.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Because it's Merlot. And a Roma Culinary Studio.
Quite interesting, actually.
Very nice.
Let's get straight to it because we teased before the break that we were going to discuss the road march race. It is wide-ish.
Ish.
Wide-ish.
Two
or three lanes open.
2 horse race?
Two or three, no, two.
Three.
3 horse
Two or
race?
3 lanes open. Not full lanes.
Not full, yeah.
All the lanes are open.
So the 2 horse race or 3 horse race?
I'm curious to hear. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that, you know, it's not a full wide highway. It's a narrowish highway.
Right.
Only 2 lanes are
We
open.
get it a 2 horse race or 3 horse race.
So let me hear your thoughts.
On the road march. Wow. From a very personal perspective, I would like to see or hear Savannah Grass.
So don't get up and dance now. Okay, go ahead.
Savannah Grass. But I'm not a masquerader. I'm not the average masquerader in that I'm not in the gym from November. You know, I'm not
When are you in the gym exactly? 2 horse race or 3 horse race?
no personal.
No, we're not. 2 horse race or 3 horse race?
I think it's a 2-horse race right now. But again, my personal preference, to me, it's a little tough. It's the first year I'm not playing mass in how many ever years. But the challenge to me is that the feeling you get from both of these songs. It's
Are we talking, yes, sorry, we talking family?
Yeah, because often I'm not really
I know what it's
Yeah.
Commit,
And I don't know what they
family.
right, and Savannah Grass.
Cool.
And the feeling you get from both. I mean, one, you get a feeling of a nice unity. I mean, I remember, you were there. Yeah, it's similar to Haunted, you know, it's a song that you want to hear for the rest of your life. It's a kind of feeling, but what the more important part is, I mean, look at the time that they played the song and all of us were hugging up in a group and, you know, we just jumping up. And that kind of feeling is a nice feeling to have. But likewise, when you hear Savannah Grass, I mean, there's a video that's circulating right now with a woman playing it on piano in the Savannah, and I'm there like,
Joanna Chakri.
oh my gosh, that is fantastic. And it sounds so sweet there, you know, and your paws raise when you hear it. It's a nice feeling you get from it. So to me, that's the two.
But it's only like, but.
I can't pick. It's hard for me to pick.
2 horse race?
3 horse race.
Cool,
But just had one illegal.
No,
We have family,
Lele.
and we also have, of course, Savannah Grass. We have 2 sections of the community that are pushing that heavily, but we have one that people want to be in the race, and even though it's not to me, you can't go nowhere on the road, people will be appreciative, and I'm going back to Mr. Killer's run with it. That has taken up since Mr. Killer came in 2 weeks ago. I don't know, I think it was well timed, and this now, because we are getting family weaning, it's weaning a bit, but we are getting the strength of this mantra.
Is
coming.
Is Mr. Killer a road march contender?
No, it isn't. It's not. But the point about it is, you still have people calling into programs and asking for this tune as a road march hit. And I mean, that says a lot.
Well,
you can't beat family. I do not think that they could be beat.
You're calling
Savannah, I will have to say yes. Savannah Grass is a very powerful tune. It is very emotional. And I think on stage it will create that. Because look, I am getting... And I am not too big into it. You know, you get, yes. But the point about it is, it stirs that emotion, and it stirs that community emotion. We are all in the Savannah Grass.
Right, so, but there's 2 things, to me. If you go, right now, my opinion is that the judging of the Savannah, of the road march, is unfair. And because of not it being unfair, but because that's the more popular one, family will win. However, if it is that you go certain points, like we were discussing it before, there's certain points where you get this nice feeling of carnival, a little freeness. I mean, we bend the corner by Casual's Corner. That is where, you know, you feel, we just come off the stage and we're going to have a nice time, you know. And that's where I think, you know, if they play that Savannah Grass song, everybody will just go into a different
You've
state.
not seen it crossing the stage.
Well, yeah, I think it could. You
Yeah.
could. It's an enjoyable song crossing a stage, I would say. But it's more a road, the real thing called a road march. What they do on the stage is a state march.
That's another debate.
Yeah.
Can I throw a monkey wrench in there?
Pick one.
There's a lot of people who follow people like Second Star, Nyla Blackman, Ifanalis. Their song,
Brave. Fantastic. Bro, man.
And if young people were to determine
Millennials.
if millennials were to determine what would be road march,
It finished.
I think
It
it's a
finished.
done deal for
Yeah.
them and Brave.
Seriously.
Yes.
I do.
Now that you brought up a very good point. I wouldn't stay too long on it, but I am seeing now these young soca artists having a ground following that is amazing, and these boys are having, these people, not boys alone, are having concerts that are selling out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not in the scale of the Marshalls and the Cats, but
They're growing up into it.
every one of them.
Let's do a quick road march. We going out. Pay your neck out.
Family.
Family.
Unfortunately.
Family.
Easy, family.
Yeah.
My heart telling my kiss.
Our heart, our emotion is telling
That's
us.
the best. I love that.
But I still believe in that Brave, you know, because that Brave, actually, is my bathroom song now. As if
We don't want to know what you're about.
no, sorry.
We don't want to know what you're about. Guys, let's do one more thing. North Park. Were we all there?
Yes.
We were all there.
Most present.
Give me the experience. What was the experience like?
Starting experience was, of course, an absolute disaster with the poor communication between NCC and Pantrenbago, security, everything. There was no signage saying where tickets were available. To me, it was a lot of disorganization. They need to sit down and plan and ask the right people the right questions. And a gentleman who I know through NCC, he actually came and asked me some questions and then said, you know, we want to hear from you. And they're like, well, you want to hear from me today? I mean, this is a little bit too late. You should have been trying to get this information before, you know, because you really want to try and get it right. Because at the end of the day, we need to find a way to bring young people. I said this last year. The young people are running away to Bacchanal Road, and the pictures we saw from Bacchanal Road, I was wondering, you know. But I love Pan, and I can tell you, all the people who were at Pan are the die-hard Pan lovers. At the North Park.
At the North Park this year, yeah.
So, and that was all that I saw. You know.
You missing North Stand?
Well, as you know, I was not in the North Stand, and I have no intentions of going to the North Stand again. I love the track, but I think I'm of the age of it, and that's the point I wanted to make. North Stand, Savannah, or Grandstand, the Savannah is now of a certain age group. You will find some of the youths who come in is either they're playing pan or they're pushing the pan.
Yeah.
The youths are now gravitating towards
Bacchanal Road.
Bacchanal Road. Well done, Caesar's Army. But should it be on that day? If this panorama is a national event, I heard last week our former Mayor Louis Singh say, try not to issue your license for any other events when you have something.
You can't. That's heavy.
It is heavy, but I'll tell you something. In Grenada, that's what they do. They say if you have another event, you can have it after my event finish. That's what they do. They make sure that they're
competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. North Park?
North Park, as one person described it, you know, they felt as if they bought catching bad because no one had an idea
Communication.
of what they were
Getting.
going to experience. You get there and then you just have to accept what it is. And I think that's a huge part of it in that the North Stand, you kind of know the lay of the land. This new arrangement, however, sort of threw things into turmoil, and I don't know that they will necessarily recover from where they are, you know, because the damage has been done.
But the die-hard Pan people will go back whatever you give them. But that's it. And that's the problem.
So in 10 years, so in 10, 15 years,
it will probably have nobody.
Yeah, because everybody had it.
Or we'll be using crutches.
Yeah, and the other, everybody had it.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the preliminary judging.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, it was again, it's growing and growing and growing. So people want it. Let's find a way to give it to us properly. Yeah. Make it in such a way that, And I understand there's a cost of moving the pans and so on, but that night was a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Sorry, a lot chaotic.
Yeah. My quick suggestion, but I think we spoke about it.
Bring it back to the Savannah.
No,
or the Avenue.
Or the Avenue, yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Put it on the Avenue. Somebody pan size might not agree, but it just said for the fans, putting it in the pan yards on preliminary night is not the ideal thing because you don't get to make a proper round and hear everybody.
So far,
Yeah.
I think what we have gotten with regards to pan, we have been shortchanged.
Yeah.
We have been shortchanged.
Just from the North Stand, because I grew up in the North Stand, as I said, so I missed the North Stand. When I heard it, I was traumatized for a few days. Some people tell me,
Yeah, I have a picture of you sitting on the stand looking like a...
but I think in accepting change and the evolution of the North Park, I think what they got wrong was the separation of the
areas.
Yeah. So in other words, the North Stand creates a vibe because everybody you want
It's a cluster.
hey,
It's a
and you
cluster.
want hey, who gotta walk down the stairs, walk up that stairs.
I tell you, my legs tired. I was tired. I was tired going up and down the steps. My drinks were in one section.
Yeah.
Well,
a cruise were all
Let me
over.
just make a quick point. It was the same in the grandstand. I was told that there were different areas and everything was in zones. But the whole point was that there were 6 or 7 zones, but all the zones were the same price.
Yeah.
Why? Why? So you telling people where you want to stay, but it's the same price you pay. Open up this thing and let us enjoy ourselves.
Are these indirect criticisms of Mr. Peters, the NCC chairman, or
But
is it that the sort of singular, the idea that, but as you say, how then do we inform the choices that they make to our benefit? In a sense?
Is it Mr. Peters
That's
that?
what they're listening.
Is it Mr. Peters that makes those choices? I think the committees that he has.
No, I think
I think we need to bring them in.
Sure.
I love,
We'll come back next
Yeah.
But I love, oh, you mean you want us to stop?
Yeah.
But I do, no, I'll make a point. I love what Mr. Peters has done with regards to the Carnival Village. To me, the village is something that needs to be in existence because when there are foreigners coming, they need to see and be a part of it. I mean, if they're boosting it enough, I am not too sure about that either. I went the opening
If
night.
they went to the tents, that's kind of.
But the tent should be invited there one night. It could be a tent night at the village. He's stopping us.
Richard Ramjohn, Sterling, Henderson and David Wears joining me on the Carnival chat to wrap things up on our Carnival season. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's hope we do it again next year. Happy Carnival to all you guys.
It's going to be over.
Let's be safe.
It's going to be over.
We're coming right back. We have a finale to wrap up here on A Cup of Joe.